this filter off. Bring this mic. Yeah. Okay. It's a little better. Let's see. Yeah. So we got anybody in here? Okay. Well, I know we're recording. I'm looking at it on my phone. So yeah, this is basically a breakdown of the events that kind of took place, but I wouldn't even say that they took place only because, you know, oh, am I muted? Let me see. Yo, 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 yo. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I can hear me. Shit, shit is in the microphone down there. Okay. Yeah, so this is how I break down what everybody seemed to have commented on and blogged on. I'm on the inside of the scene, so I have a totally different lens than anybody else that's a part of this. I'm one of the elders of this scene, and I'm gonna speak on it from a position of power, a position of um, just somebody who's in the know, somebody who's in the scene and a part of the scene, help build the scene from the background anyway. And if you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Marlon Mo B. Most people call me Mo B. Um, I represent Synergy Management on Instagram. I manage Energy Beats. Energy Beats is my son. That's my oldest son, and my baby boy. His name Eon Beats. See here, I've been making music over 35 years now. So yeah, I got a long history of making music, and Energy was raised around music his whole life. Um, I didn't really want to speak on this, but I felt like I needed to share my perspective on all of this. Which, if you read the title, it's a non-issue. You know, so I'm gonna take y'all back. Let me take y'all back to from when I first even heard of Rio. Gramz, he kind of like my nephew. I've been knowing him pretty much his whole life. But from when the scene started to formulate from our side, anyway, from the producer side, right? So, and that's the side that I pretty much lock in with Gramps. I manage him, but he one of the first artists I managed, and he like I said, he more like family. I just love him anyway, and I love everybody in this scene. But I know Grams, right? I really know Grams. So I'm gonna speak on that. So Grams and Energy, they from the same neighborhood, which is Beecher, right? Y and J, Crispy Life Kid, they are from Beecher too, right? So Grams, going back to Grams, 2018, the scene they started to come together with some type of force collectively, and it was evident. You know, they was at every studio I was a part of. They was at every studio. So can y'all hear me still? So yeah, we talking 2018. I was what, 7 years ago now? Yeah, late 2018 actually. So Energy and Gramz tapped in for the first time. They made a whole project. Boom, right? Put it out. The last day of 2018, Gramz put it out. It was called Sac Saxism. Um, that project it did pretty good, but it didn't have that distinct sound that Energy known for, and it didn't have that distinct sound because Grams gave Energy some pointers, and he kind of told him what he wanted his sound to be like, right? So Energy came up with some little different sounds. He no, that's not it. That ain't it. That's not it. And so what Energy stumbled upon was basically y'all might have heard it already. A combination of some Chicago and Detroit. So that sound is the Flint sound. That's what y'all hear. That's a combination of basically you know what Chicago known for and what Detroit known for, or a certain brand of what Chicago known for, namely Love 4. That sound, right? So what you have when you hear that production, you have some Grams input. Okay, so we just gonna stop right there. Now the next project, which is called Tap In, that was the introduction of the sound that the world heard. Now after that, Grams being the type of person he is, he made sure every Flint artist, you know, tapped in with Energy. And that was the plan. And he did what Energy needed him to do, which is help his brother out. So boom, he was pretty much the facilitator of the production. You know, also being one of the dopest artists. But Grams is Grams. If you know Grams, you know he a open, you know, like he good, kind hearted. You know, he trying to help everybody, and that's his role to this day in our scene, right? He is the person that everybody, no matter what status you on, you could tap in with Grams. That's his role in our scene. It always have been. It's just a part of his personality. He can't help it, you know. Um, he really want to help everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, um, Rio, of course, took that sound to a whole nother level, right? With his, how he talked crazy. So, boom, you got the best shit talker with this brand new sound. It just was an explosion, and we see what then happened since that. You know what I'm saying? Like we have many others that then came. We got the Kid, Crispy Life Kid. We got the YNJs. We got the Louis Rays. We got the Crispy Life. What I said Kid already. We got Pac Man, Grindhard E. We got 3200 Trey right now. RMC Mike. We got so many. Babyface E. Doing this thing. Man, like, I don't want to miss nobody. YNJ, Kid, Grams, of course. Either way, at least 6, 7, 8, 9 stars right from Flint. So, with that being said, like, when you fast forward from there to now, that same dynamic is in place, right? The only thing what's going on. What from my lenses is these young guys have had a taste of success, and to be honest, most of them ain't never had nothing. Like I don't know, I don't personally know Rio like that, but I do know enough about him to know that him and the rest of these guys, they ain't never had this kind of success. None of us have. So, we all trying to figure it out, and we figuring it out. But when it comes down to what we seen on that video with Rio mentioning Gramz, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this because I didn't seen it enough. I didn't seen Rio enough, and I know he ain't dumb. He don't mention nobody name for nothing. And I want to say he was basically throwing Gramz a bone in a way. Like, boom. Like, go ahead and level up. Like, when somebody mention your name, man, that's really like a person that got to mention your name, for one. But then on the flip side, Gramz' cousin is Y&J. So, like, that's his family. So in a way, that's kind of like what he said in that return. He don't like the fact that his cousin was right there. Now that's family business. This is what I mentioned in the text, when I was talking to these bloggers. Quit putting that shit out there. This is family business. They gonna handle that regardless. They family. They love each other. They gonna get through that, right? So, and I'm a part of that family. So like we all family, you know what I mean? Like family have disagreements, but Gramz, he gonna put it out there, but I guarantee you this is where it's gonna end. Cause we this success here, see, we can't do like Dallas and we can't do like Memphis and these bigger cities, Detroit. Flint is so small that we can't really beef. We can't beef. We might not be the best of friends here, but guess what? We can't do what these other cities do. We really don't even like doing all this talking online shit because our city's so small, you gonna run into the person that you was talking about the next day. So you really gotta be real careful in a small ass city like Flint, being on this online stuff, getting stuff started. You know what I mean? So that's the thing with us, like in general. Even if you ain't in Flint, it's somebody that you love here. So, we, for the most part, we can't do this online beef shit that most of these other cities do. Like, that they big enough, you can hurt somebody on this side of town and never go back over there. We can't do that here. It's so small that as soon as you then start talking, something can happen. So, I'm going to say this, man. These boys going to continue rapping. Hopefully y'all going to hear them on the same song real soon. And that's what I'm trying to work to make sure that happen. Right? So I just want to see all these guys continue their careers, all of them living off of music, like, which is a blessing. That's like a blessing within itself. That was the whole goal of even getting into this music business for these young guys, to change the direction of their life, to basically save their life. It ain't like in most other cities. It's rap or die here. Like we ain't got no other alternatives. A lot of people laugh and joke about this water situation. That ain't no laugh and matter here. A lot of people then died. This is nothing to laugh and joke about with us. Rapping, music is serious with us. That's why Gramz kind of went like he did, because it's serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not, we don't have too many other options. You know what I'm saying? We got a little General Motors job here and there. Most people don't get in there. So the fact of the matter, man, these guys, they made it. As far as I'm concerned, all of them, they made it. And I want to see them continue to make it. And, all the blogs, man, just stop. Because we ain't going. We can't go here. It ain't that we can't go. Like, that's the thing. That's the difference between Flint and most of y'all other bigger cities. We can't do what y'all do, and which I think is a great thing. That's why from the outside looking in, we got this thing where we are together. But see, it ain't that we extra kumbaya and friends. We just can't do what y'all do. We can't annihilate each other. It's too small. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to speak on, man. I wanted to let it be known, as far as from my lenses to all of my young guys. I love y'all. I want y'all to continue to rise above the bullshit, especially this shit online. This that shit that's getting a lot of young guys hurt up around here in the world, in our culture. This is not cool at all. But y'all know what it is. Coming from where we come from, we don't even do the talking online anyway. We can't do what these other podcasts and blog sites do. They be talking all that gangster talk. And we can't do that here. Like, that's what we can't do. That's why we don't have too many of these big blogs in Flint, because we can't do what y'all do. It's too small. So that's it. I just wanted to speak on that. And y'all keep on doing y'all thing, man. Keep on balling out of control, getting this money, living good, taking care of your families, taking care of your babies. That's all I care about. All right, I'm out. One.